Too Much Talk, an African folktale by Angela Shelf Medearis, illustrated by Stefano Vitale. I'm going to share this story. Let's see who's in it. Villagers and the chief. And where does this story happen? In a village in West Africa. One day, a farmer in West Africa went out to get some yams. While he was digging, a yam said to him, "You did not water me, you did not weed me, and here you come to dig me up?" "Well," said the farmer, first he looked around, and then he looked at his dog and said, "Were you talking to me?" "No," barked the dog, "it was the yam." "Aye!" screamed the farmer. Can you help the farmer scream? "Aye!" He ran and he ran and he ran uphill and downhill, and he ran downhill and uphill, and he ran until he met a man who was carrying some fish. "Why are you running in the heat of the day?" said the fisherman. "Well," said the farmer, "first my yam talked and then my dog talked." "Oh," said the fisherman, "that can't happen." "Oh, yes, it can," the fish said to them. "Aye!" screamed the farmer and the fisherman. Can you help them scream? "Aye!" They ran and they ran uphill and downhill, and they ran downhill and uphill. They ran until they met a man who was weaving some cloth. "Why are you running in the heat of the day?" the weaver said. "Well," said the farmer, "first my yam talked, and then my dog talked, and then the fish talked." "Oh," said the weaver, "that can't happen." "Oh, yes, it can," the cloth said to them. "Aye!" screamed the farmer and the fisherman and the weaver. Can you help them scream? "Aye!" They ran and they ran uphill and downhill, and then they ran downhill and uphill, and they ran until they came to a woman who was swimming. "Ah," said the swimmer as she glided through the water, "why are you running in the heat of the day?" "Well," said the farmer, "first my yam talked, then the dog talked, then the fish talked, and then the cloth talked." "Oh," said the swimmer as she did the backstroke, "that can't happen." "Oh, yes, it can," the water said to her. "Aye!" screamed the farmer and the fisherman and the weaver and the swimmer. Can you help them scream? "Aye!" They ran uphill and downhill, and they ran downhill and uphill, and they ran until they came to the house of the chief. The chief came out and sat on his royal chair. He said to them, "Why are you running in the heat of the day?" "Well," said the farmer, "first my yam talked, then the dog talked, then the fish talked, then the cloth talked, and then the water talked." "Talk, talk, talk," said the chief. "Too much talk. Yams don't talk, fish don't talk, cloth doesn't talk, and water doesn't talk. All this foolish talk will disturb the village. Go away before I throw you all in jail." So they all ran away. "Imagine," said the chief, "a talking yam. How can that be?" "So true," said the chair. "Who ever heard of a talking yam?" "Aye!" screamed the chief, and he ran uphill and downhill, and he was never seen again. The end.
Hi everyone, we're back with Crafts with Tiana. Today, Outreach Production presents Folk Tales and Folk Trails, Summer Fairies. So this is going to be super fun. You're going to need construction paper, scissors, sequins, and pipe cleaners. You'll also need a hot glue gun and clothespins. You'll need a pencil so that we can trace out our pieces of artwork. Also, a fine point black marker, so that we can trace over our pencil markings. So let's start with the clothespin. We're going to use this to figure out how big the head should be. So go ahead and grab a piece of construction paper that matches the skin tone that you'd like your fairy to have. I'm using the clothespin to make sure that I make the right size head, not too big or too small. I'm going to fold mine over and cut them out only because I'm going to make a couple of fairies at once. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to make 4. You can start by just making 1. I'm also going to use the clothespin to make sure that I get the arms and legs right. For the arms and legs, I'm just drawing oval shapes as you can see here. We're going to get those cut out. After we're done, we're going to have 4 sets of arms and legs. Next, it's time for the fun part, making clothes. So grab all the different colors of construction paper. We're going to use the clothespin again to make sure you make the right size. I started with the mark at the bottom. Now I'm going to make one that matches up with this circle. Here I'm going to draw a small petal at the top and then a larger petal that reaches all the way to that bottom line here. These petal-like shapes are going to be put together to create different types of dresses and outfits that our fairies can wear. So I'm going to take my first strip of paper, fold it over. That way I can cut out multiple petals at a time. Alright, so they're going to look a little something like this. Now we're going to take our other pieces of construction paper and do the same thing. Now we have all these different pieces. Grab the scrap pieces left over and draw cloud-like shapes on them. These are going to be used for the hair. So you can do one big, one small, both big, however you'd like to do it. We're going to get those cut out. I have all the paper stacked up, that way I only have to do this twice, and I will have all the different colors of puffs that I need. So now we're going to set those aside and grab those 4 circles that we cut out earlier. You can start with a pencil, that way you can just do it and then trace over it with a black marker. I'm just going to start with the black marker today. So you're going to start out by just drawing eyes of any shape that you like, and then a facial expression with eyebrows and a mouth. I'm going to give you a couple of different examples of ways that you can do this. This is really fun because you can really mix and match and make this fairy your own. So here are some really cute examples of how you can change the facial expressions to really make it match your personality or maybe your friends. After you've got that done, let's grab our colorful puffs that we made. Now, once again, you can choose how you like your hairstyle. 2 ponytails, 1 ponytail, maybe a back ponytail. You can just get really creative with different hairstyles. You can even cut out different shapes that might match the hair that you have right now. Like if you have braids or your hair is long and straight, you can do whatever you like. So next, we're going to need the glue stick. Let's go ahead and get those glued onto them. So just glue the puffs or the back of the head, whichever one makes more sense to you, so that you can get that done. Stick it on there, press it pretty hard just to make sure that it doesn't come off. You're going to do this with the rest of them in your desired hairstyles. Once they're all glued on, you can use your black marker to draw in their hairline. And here you can do like a middle part like I'm doing for her, or you can do a swoop like I'll do for the next one. You can also use other pieces of scrap to make bangs that match, or even use another puff to make their hair into an afro or just a different style. Next, let's take a clothespin and go ahead and glue their head on the top. You want the head to be glued onto the part that you squeeze to open up. So once you get that nice and secured on there, go ahead and do the same to the rest of them. Once you've got that done, you want to grab all of our pieces of cutouts, the arms, and then also the petals that we cut out for the outfits. I am going to use the smaller petals to make the top half of their dresses and the larger petals to make the bottom. So here you can also mix and match your favorite colors. It can match their hair, or it can just be whatever you want it to be. So just go ahead and glue them on. You may have to cut some of them to make them fit better, but that's part of the process, making sure that we get it exactly how we want it to be. Once we've made adjustments to the clothes, we'll get the arms and legs and put some glue on it and then attach those to the clothes. It'll be easier to stick to the clothes rather than the clothespin, so we'll do it that way. Once you've got the arms and legs attached, we're going to go ahead and work on the next ones. Ta-da! Looks like we got them all done. Alright y'all, let's grab some sequins. So we're going to use these to add a little bit of sparkle. You also need a hot glue gun. We'll use this to make small dots on the sequins and add them to our fairies. Alright, and these sequins you can put anywhere. You can put them on the clothes, on the hair, use them for earrings, whatever you want. It's just a little added extra pizzazz to make our fairies super cute. By now, I'm sure you're thinking, these can't get any cuter, can they? Well, they can. Grab your pipe cleaners, and now we're gonna make wings. What's a fairy without wings? Alright, so here I'm gonna give you a couple of different examples of how you do wings. We're gonna use hot glue guns to attach them, but remember, you can make them all different shapes. You can pinch the ends to make it pointed like I'm doing here. You can use your finger to round it out to make it more like a butterfly wing, like I'm gonna do with these wings here. Or like you'll see on this last one, you can do really big wings. Just another opportunity for you to get super creative and really customize it to be exactly how you want it to be. Done. I hope you guys have as much fun making your fairies as I did. It was super fun with all the different customizations, wings, outfits, hair, sparkles, and different facial expressions. I hope that you made your fairy unique to you. And don't forget, it's actually a clip. So you can clip her on a book that you're reading or on your jacket. You can take her everywhere with you. Thank you so much for watching. Visit outreachp.com for more information about our summer programs, and we'll see you soon.